The Fed does the usual, sits on their hands, and Apple explodes. What's up, everybody? Welcome aboard to Bubba's Daily Update, and quite the interesting day on the street today. The Fed, as usual, did nothing, although they should have raised rates. There was no plan for a hike, but they should have hiked today. They did not, and of course, the markets didn't like that. The markets don't like the uncertainty. And of course, what did that really do? Well, it pushed the dollar lower, it pushed interest rates higher, which is exactly what we've been continuing to maintain is going to be our black swan event. We continue to believe that the dollar is going to continue higher. It is now almost closer to 93, and our next target projection is 95. But again, as long as the Fed's involved trying to manipulate the markets, this is going to create a much bigger problem overall, and that's what we continue to look for. On the other side of the coin, Apple had spectacular earnings, but remember, they're jumping over a lower bar each and every time. They keep reducing the number, and again, nothing against Apple. They had great numbers, and the stock was up 3 or 4%. Nice move. But the overall market picture was very ugly. All right. Now, the big thing I didn't see again was the VIX or volatility participating, but the Dow was down over 200, S&P down 25. The NASDAQ, even with Apple, was down about 40 or 50 points. Again, we're seeing a reason. And when you look at the market and you go, it should be going up. Remember the Duke brothers. That can't be right. Well, the markets right now, they're right. They're going lower. And that continues to maintain that downtrend we talked about. And of course, Tesla came out and was a little bit higher after the close. But in the meantime, Tesla remains a company that is a cash burner. They keep burning money and they can't keep up. So when you look at the overall picture, they're in trouble as well. And of course, that's what we believe, that they are not going to be able to survive as we go forward. We believe Tesla's got some major issues. In the meantime, we also believe the market's got some major issues. Oil had a big spike up on the number, sold off a little bit, but still up on the day. But we say the tops are in oil. The bonds were higher, sold off a little bit, bringing interest rates higher. The dollar was weaker, spiked. The euro's now under 120. And again, we think the euro's going to par, just like the dollar's going to par, but obviously in opposite directions. The whole thing is a mess. And again, this is the problem with a financially engineered business. Grain markets were very mixed today. Wheat was on both sides of unchanged. Ended up closing relatively slightly unchanged to down a little bit. Corn was down a little bit, and soybeans were down, I don't know, quite a bit, 8-9 cents. But again, I think you want to look for dips. I think we need a little bit more selling before we want to step in and be buyers. The meats were under a little bit of pressure, but again, I think that's healthier. I think we're shaking out the week longs, and Bitcoin was right around 9,000. So again, things are happening in the markets, and we're going to see some things happen to the benefit to everybody if they let the markets do what they're supposed to do. But of course, as long as the Fed is conniving and manipulating around here, trying to buoy the stock market, that's going to be the problem. Next big announcement is going to be the jobs number on Friday. But again, I look for more weakness. The one thing you want to keep an eye on is watch the VIX. That is the real key to tell you if there's any panic in this sell-off, or is the sell-off just orderly. And today it was very orderly. So again, I wouldn't get too overexcited. I think that there's not a panic in here. And actually what you're waiting for is the end of markets is usually when you see the panic, when you want to step in and buy. So this looks like the downtrend continues. We continue to work our way lower. Rallies are meant to be sold and in the equities, and the dips are meant to be bought in cattle and meats and in the grains. That'll do it for today's Bubba's Daily Update. As always, I thank you for being here. And don't forget our high school investing program, highschoolinvesting.com. If you want to help us out, go to Patreon, patreon.com/Bubba Trading. And also, don't forget to get to the Bubba Show every day from 4 to 5 Eastern at LibertyTalk.fm. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you so much. We'll see you tomorrow. Bubba's Daily Update. Take care, everybody. We'll see you.